Hello, everybody. I am SUNPSYCHIC JEAN, and please welcome my very special co-host, Valerie from Illumination Portal. Hi, Val.
Hi, Jean. Thank you for having me. I love
Thank,
coming and hanging with you.
thanks for being here today. You look especially lovely today. I love your
Thanks.
cute little haircut.
Thanks.
It's great for the summer, right? Right?
I
And I
needed
just
to
want
change. Yeah.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm. I wanted to say hello, especially to Donna. Donna became a new member. Thank you, Donna, for becoming a new member. That is so very kind of you. I have a lot of aspirations, a lot of plans coming up. I'm going to be doing a show or a recording about what to expect and what my hopes and dreams are. And thank you very much for becoming a member. That was so sweet of you. I just started just a week or two ago. And Mira is here, artist Liz and Venus, Randy, Coffee Dogs is here,
Yay.
Bethany. Oh, so nice to see you guys. Thank you all
Yeah.
for being here. And so Valerie is going to be talking about the Aries astrological sign, March 21st to April 19th. No.
Yeah, we're okay. We're in Taurus. Okay.
Oh,
We
no
already
wonder.
did the Aries. We took a month off, and that's how you got.
No. You know what I do? I cut and paste, and I never updated it. I cut and paste from
That's
our last
okay.
show. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're in the Taurus season,
It's okay.
and there is is it a full moon coming?
Full moon in Scorpio. Okay, woo, at 22 degrees. Now I'm going to say that because we see 22, 11, 44. We see these numbers a lot. So it definitely, if it springs up in astrology, it's saying spirit is talking to us. But spirit's always talking to us, right? But we just had a new moon in Taurus, um, the 27th today. And this weekend it was a really nice weekend. Venus re-entered Aries. Okay, she had retrograded and she went back to Pisces, and now so when a planet retrogrades, let me ease your mind on that. It isn't bad. It is they need more information on who they were having conversations with. You got to think that planets are constantly moving and constantly um, energetically speaking to each other on a level of light codes and protons, neutrons, electrons. So I don't want to get it too crazy, but that's how I see them speak to each other. So she came back into Aries, and 2 days before she met up with Neptune on Friday. So Friday was the 2nd. She came in on the 30th. And her and Neptune together, like Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. Venus is what we love, what we value, um, where we place everything that are matters in our lives. So as she was going through Pisces, that was all being in Pisces, we dream in the new dream and imagine things coming up and how do we want to go forward, because there is a big thing going on this year, next year, and we're all a part of it. It isn't like there's a time limit on it, though. I don't want you to feel rushed. And with Neptune, that was the first time in 165 years that Neptune and Venus were conjunct in Aries at 1 degrees.
Wow.
That was the last time. So think about that. What does that mean to you? And Neptune brings in the spiritual part of things. So yes, it is what you love and value on a deep spiritual level. Okay. And that's what Venus has been learning too while she was in Pisces. So, and then we get to today, where Pluto in Aquarius on the other side of the zodiac is stopping and stationing retrograde. So his retrograde lasts like 5 or 6 months. And that's a good one to clear out the remnants of what's left in there individually, but it's mainly for the collective. The outer planets talk about the collective journey. The closer planets to the sun talk about the inner journey, but we're every sign. We have every sign in our chart. Your chart looks like this, and somewhere, and it's unique to you. And as these planets move around in the now moment, they have these conversations. Right? So this is powerful. And we had about 2 weeks where there was no retrogrades, right? So it kind of did. I felt all the energy lighten up on the 30th when Venus moved back into Aries. But it's different for everybody. Okay, so why was I bringing that in? Sorry, I wouldn't. Pluto and Mars rule Scorpio. So for him to go retrograde, what's today? The full moon's on the 12th, and that full moon, the ruler of that full moon is Scorpio. So I would say these next 2 weeks are about things coming up that were buried deep in this, underneath in us, or underneath in the external world that we didn't know of, that we would benefit from knowing this information to go forward. Does that make sense, Jean?
Yep. Revealing and and what's not working and what's not serving us, And I love Pluto. Pluto was I really do follow and listen and feel connected to Pluto's movements through the cosmos. And I don't know if it's because he's the slowest or because he has such impact, but he's so gentle. I think he's gentle because he's so slow, and he really has a positive divine aspect to him that I like to resonate with, because like you said, you taught me a long time ago, Val, and you think we don't listen to what you say. I learned it a long time ago. You said if you're doing everything right and you're on the up and up and you're honest and you do good for other people, then Pluto is your friend, because there's nothing for them to. But if you're trying to hide something, cheat something, and get away with something, then you have something to worry about. And I thought, how beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, and it's all about integrity and authenticity with Pluto. And Aquarius, he's in the sign of Aquarius, who is about those things too, but for everybody, for the collective, very innovative, wants to raise frequency. If you look at the glyph of Aquarius, it's two wavy lines, it's frequency. So as we are in this elevation, this ascension, where humanity's evolving, whatever you want to say about that, that self-love and acceptance in authenticity is your foundation. As long as you have that as your foundation, you can create any of your dreams. That we've been in this really dreamy state since January, February, and this is about to come up. So, and this is a big year, and I want to say this as kind of the last thing. It is, in fact, a lot of astrologers have looked for a time in history where 5 outer planets change signs. They can't. There's no, so we're in epic history making times. And we start with us first, and then we grow into whatever is your passion, whatever you're passionate and creative about, because whatever it is, that's what you do. That is your thing, so that's just going to continue to build this year. And we have 2 more planets. Well, sorry, 3. Saturn is going to come into Aries at May 24th, 25th. That's a biggie. Once he gets there, that brings structure back. He really has no structure in Pisces, because Pisces is boundless and just floating, and rearranging what structure means to him. So that'll be May 25th, and then Uranus will change signs in July. Jupiter will change signs in June. And these are big planets. These are the outer planets. This is going to really, we can feel that there is a significant things going on for planet Earth, and all of us. So all of life is being elevated by that, but we don't have the answers. Like, astrology does not give us the answers. It gives us the guidelines. This is more likely to happen under this aspect, but every time it's different. It's not like, oh, can you tell me if I'm going to get married? I mean, I probably could, but there's more going on in that conversation, and it's personal to you, and it's always been that way since you were born. And if you have your birth time, birth location, and birth date, anybody can make a chart for you, So, and if you'd like a reading, I have my information is below, and probably as soon as I'll put my email in. But I think it's a good time. I would like to give a reading away this week. So I think we'll do that. If you can email me with the in the subject line, put moon. There we go.
I love that. Yep.
I could never think it. So I would love to do that, because I really, this is a powerful time. And the more you know what's spirit, what everything is speaking to you, to me, everything's spirit. So it's a powerful time to get a reading, is what I'm trying to say. All right, there we go.
Yep. That's awfully generous of you. And if anybody wants to win a free reading with Valerie, she just put her email in here. You can contact her, and in the subject line, please put moon, and then she will contact you and let you know. Hi, Divine Universe. Welcome back. Nice to see you. And we're going to be doing readings in the second half of the show. I just have a couple of questions that I wanted to bring up to Val. And if you have a question about the placements, like Andrea said, what Sedna is doing, I heard there's new things happening. I have a special relationship with Sedna. Now, what is Sedna? And I'm going to bring this up. And is Sedna on here?
No, she's not, but it's okay. Sedna's at 0 degree Gemini right now. It takes Sedna 11,400 years to go around the sun once. She's a goddess. She's an Inuit goddess. She is a asteroid, right? So, and you got to look at the asteroids as the details, right? The planets are saying, pretty big statements, but where the asteroids are fills in the details of what the planets are saying. I hope that makes sense. And Sedna's going to be there, and she is, it's not a really pleasant story. I don't want to really bring everybody down, but the point is she transforms, and she rebuilds herself. And this is kind of like the message from all the goddesses, because all the goddesses are involved in this elevation, this evolving of humanity, right? This ascension. And these goddesses, you got to think the divine feminine was silenced. Okay, and I'm going to go 26,000 year cycle, because that's how the precession of the equinox works, right? So we go around the sun and we go into a different age, a golden age, a silver age. I mean, different times. Well, we're leaving the age of Pisces, and the age is 2160 years. And as that's closing down and we're going into the age of Aquarius, we're leaving the entire age of this 26,000 year cycle. And that was built on suppression. if you don't have your voice, and as we, the divine, everybody has divine masculine, divine feminine inside of them. And as they silence the divine feminine voice, they silence the divine masculine voice. So everything that we have seen has been distorted, pretty much, and that's why we're waking up. We're waking up to understand that there is so much more to this war and fighting and drama and lies and hatred and disinformation. That's where that authenticity of Pluto comes in. That truth and that integrity within you, it's got to come out of you, and you stand in your power. Basically, that's what that means when they say stand in your power. You love and accept yourself. And I'm not saying, I'm just like egotistically. I mean it heart-centered and soul-centered. And that is how we are remembering who we are, and we're elevating up out of that density. That's the 3D, right? That's the 3D. So we've been 3D, 4D, 5D, and we all kind of straddle in between there throughout the day, all day. And some of us have stabilized in a higher dimension, but we live here. And until this is cleared, and this is really, okay, and this is another thing Pluto does, really looks at it. You have to acknowledge it to heal it, whatever it is. And there's so many layers of that distortion in our everyday lives that it's a big ask, right? So this ascension has been going on, probably most of our lives on some level. It's been going on for a while. In 1987 is when we had the harmonic convergence, and then we had the 2012, and then we had 2020, right? That was a whole nother, that was to bring up the distortion, the things that weren't true. So, and truth, a lot of times is subjective, but in your heart, what is your truth? And is it kind? Is it what spirit would, we don't want to abuse others or talk about others or things like that. That's not what spirit would do. And you are a spark of the divine. And it's all like, all those pieces of the puzzle are coming together. It's a pretty big, it's huge. I mean, huge for us on a soul level too.
I think that's so important, Val, and very well said. It's not an easy concept to put together, but you seem to do it there in just that last 10 minutes. So, and we can all say, well, I don't want to grow old, or I remember being younger and now we're all older, or some of us are older. I should speak for myself. But, the wisdom and what we've lived through and the changes that we've witnessed, and that we are all light workers here to witness all of this and go through this transformation. And astrology is a huge part of it. I mean, astrology has really exploded in the last, 10 or 20 years. Everybody is watching for, where all the planets are and what's moving. It's really going to be guiding us, and used to guide us as well. The indigenous people would watch the stars and the planets and study and watch and see cycles. I mean, it's very informative. So this, again, we're coming back to the authenticity and our original state of being, this divine human. So let me just pop this up, Val. I just have a couple of little notes to talk about. And you guys see over here, all of the planets are all clustered over here. And this is Pisces and this is Aries, right?
Right.
And this is where the sun is right now, is in Taurus.
Yes.
And this is Uranus, and this is Jupiter. And these are the two big planets, and they move really slow, right?
Yes. Jupiter takes 12 years, and Uranus takes 84 years to go around the sun. So,
Wow.
Pluto, it's the last time Pluto was in Aquarius, that was 248 years ago.
Oh, and
So,
here's Pluto, and
yeah.
this is Aquarius here, you guys, just so you
Mhm.
know. And I put the link to this in the chat, you guys, if you want to look at this later. Now, this is Mars. Am I correct here?
Yes.
Or is this Venus? Let
No,
me see.
that's Mars.
Mars. And
Mm,
and
yeah.
he's with the moon, but Mars
Yes.
is opposing Pluto. Is
Yeah.
there that is something, but it's not exact because this is 7 degrees, that's 3 degrees, but still it's does this have any like fiery energy, or is this something we just passed?
Absolutely. And that was exact. That opposition was exact. Right at the new moon in Taurus, around the 27th. And
Okay, that's what that was.
and it
Okay.
was building up to that new moon, and it was still, because they're opposing, right? And a lot of astrologers want to say, oh, they're struggling. I don't really see that. I think the two planets opposing both have higher attributes, and they can um, integrate them to bring in a higher energy, a higher octave of that energy, instead of it being, battle. But since it's Mars and Pluto, they are, they both rule Scorpio, and they both have, Mars had just a really long 7 month retrograde. He stopped at 6 degrees Leo and went all the way back to 16 or 17 Cancer. So he's just clearing that. He's back at, I think he's already at 6 degrees. So he's in 7 now. And the moon today is passing him. This is, what does the moon degree say? Yeah, this is really cool.
16.
Okay. So the overnight, the moon passed him. And this is what Mars is our ability to act, to react, right? But he's had a lot of time to think. In Cancer and Leo, the two luminaries, what you love, Leo, and what you feel. Now, Mars wasn't really known for that before. It was, let's just go do it. Let's do it. I don't care who we got to run over. I don't care. I'm not saying everybody's Mars, but, it's pretty, one way. Well, now he's pausing. He's taking that pause and that breath. And he's just got out of his stationing retrograde. So he's coming out into the light, to the sunlight. Leo is literally the sun. And he sees and he meets the moon. Okay, so how cool is that? Because he just spent all that time in the moon, Cancer, the sun, he's still in Leo. So that is what feels good to you, because if it doesn't feel good to you, whatever it is, do not act on it, or really take precautions when you act on it. But take your time. We're not in a hurry, because there's too many things still clicking into place. And we could see that week before, like I'd say from the 20th until now, we if we listen to the external world and to the news, every day something is being brought up that is shocking, right? It's just shocking. And that would be that Mars and Pluto. They were, a lot of those lower vibrations will utilize aspects like that to try to control the narrative, right? But you got to remember, integrity rules both of these planets now. It's not about, you can't sweep things under the rug anymore. It's not available, and we are too awake, and we can see through the illusion. We can see when somebody is being disingenuous, right? We can feel it. I think is more, we can feel it. So yeah, this is powerful. Now, as always, we live our lives every day, and we're going to make actions, and we got to do things we might not really like I got to do my taxes, but I can always put out into my guides, into the universe, and say, thank you for helping me smoothly, accurately, finish my taxes this year, or however you want to say it. But it's how we perceive things and how we speak to the universe is how the universe will kind of speak back to us. We don't want to have, I used to have really negative thinking. This is why I'm bringing it up like that. And you don't want to do that now. We're elevating, and we got to look at things like they're here as a guide. They're here to help us elevate. It's not here to keep us down. Does that make sense, Jean?
It does. It does. And I think that's really important to understand, that we understand why things are more resistant or difficult, and it's to help us, and why things are more fluid and to help us. It's to help us, like positive. Both of them are here to help us. And
Yeah.
it's up to us to understand where to move and where not to move, and understand the energies that are being presented, and follow our move in accordance with the direction that we're being guided with all of these energies. It's not good or bad. It's just a direction,
Right.
So
Yeah.
can I just ask you a newbie question here? So this over here, I looked it up, and it says it's Lilith. And what is Lilith?
Oh, okay. That was a big thing. Okay, that was Black Moon Lilith. That is Black Moon Lilith. She's in Scorpio. And during that new moon in Taurus, and that when that opposing the opposing Mars and Pluto, there was a T-square, and she was involved in it. So Lilith is going to bring up all the fears. Now, once you decide I'm going to work through the fear, she's right there with you, and she'll work through it. And so you got to look. We had three very powerful aspects of Scorpio in that T-square with Pluto. Pluto and Mars both rule Scorpio. Black Moon Lilith is in Scorpio. You don't get any deeper than that. Those deep fears were coming up to be looked at, to be examined, to be dealt with, to be acknowledged and loved and released.
I think we're being shown that they're only fears. That just because we feel the fear doesn't mean that it's detrimental to us. It's a fear for us to feel and to recognize that that's what it is, and to understand that it's only fear. That it's just it's an energy, and it's an emotion. It's a frequency, but it's there to teach us a direction. Again, it's a guidance mechanism. It's not anything to run away from. It really is information. It's whether it's good, whether it's bad, it's information. Whether it's high, whether it's low, it's information. And it's up to us to be aware enough to see it for what it is. There's going to be fear coming up. We're going to see a lot of people in fear. We're going to see a lot of fear used against us. That this is the fear it's not this fear. We're solid. We know who we are. We have awareness. We're divine beings. It's just that fear is going to be presented to us and be apparent and in our, surroundings, and to understand that it's information. And this is why that's coming up there. And it's not for us. And just because fear is out here doesn't mean fear is in here. Fear, we're in here. We're elevated. We're aware. We're ascended enough to understand that when fear is out here, it's a direction, it's a guide for us. It's really important for us to stay centered, stay secure in who we are. And we already do. And this is the authenticity. If you weren't authentic, then you would be feeling other people's fear. You're authentic. And it doesn't say you can't be compassionate. It doesn't say you can't be helpful. It doesn't say you can't wish for somebody not to be in fear. It just means that we're not in fear. There's no fear here. But I love that Lilith is there in there. And I also have, so Chiron, is Chiron the opposite, or is it just so happens that they're opposite to one another?
Well, yeah, it kind of looks like it, but Aries is, on the wheel, Scorpio is opposite Taurus. Okay, so their will, that's already kind of happened, but what am I trying to say? that Chiron at 24 degrees is going to meet Eris in Aries at 24 degrees. And Eris is another goddess, the goddess of discord. She does, if you're inauthentic or something's inauthentic, she calls it out. So do you see how all these goddesses are working together? Black Moon Lilith she is for humanity's evolution. But like Jean said, and Jean, wow, you said that so perfectly. Any fear and this is okay, perfect for today, as Pluto stations retrograde, and he did that at 11:27 Eastern today. Now he's just going to stay still for a few days before he actually moves back, and he's only going to go back to 1 degree in 5 months. So that's only a 2-degree move. That's how slow he is. But Pluto is going to help us also. There is nothing to fear, for us to stand up, to be in our power. Because if you, like Jean said, if you're speaking the truth and you're coming from your heart and you're doing it from a compassionate point, there is nothing to fear. And if something does rock you, right? I get rocked. We all do. I just kind of stop and I acknowledge it. And as soon as we acknowledge it, all those planets, all those goddesses come in and assist us. It's like, when you pop the champagne cork, as soon as you pop it, it's all, you just relax, It's us holding on and holding on for dear life and thinking, oh my God, I can't, I just can't, I can't. The minute you let go, that's a better word. The minute you let go, everything changes for you.
So, and the only other question I have is, because I noticed that Lilith and Chiron are not actual planets, so that's why I was wondering. And then this is the last question. When the nodes look like they're in retrograde, how could the nodes be in retrograde? Is that a strange anomaly, or does that occur from time to time?
That's an excellent question. Oh my God, I love all your questions. They're just so powerful.
I'm sorry, Val.
They are. The nodes are everything. Okay, like this whole chart is moving around, and everybody's saying, "What? It doesn't make any sense." Well, the nodes are driving. Okay, the north node is how we're going forward, and we all have a north node in our own charts. So that's your way forward. I always look at that when we're discussing your chart. But for the collective, the north node is in Pisces, and the nodes start, right? The node started at 29 degrees Pisces and 29 degrees Virgo, because they go backwards because of the precession of the equinoxes. And it looks like they're going retrograde all the time, but that's the way forward for the node.
Oh, okay. So they're always retrograde. I saw that little R there, and I'm like, what does that mean? Okay, so they always do. Okay.
They always do. And they count down. So like, say the sun entered Taurus today, it would enter at 0 degrees and count up to 29. And then it would go into Gemini, 0 Gemini at what would be 30, but it's 0. Okay, so they count backwards. They go 29 down to 0, because this is all the things that we are integrating into our way forward. But this is powerful. When that north node was at 29 degrees Pisces, 29 degrees is the last degree of the zodiac. 0 degree Aries is the first degree of the zodiac, and 0 degree Aries happens on the spring equinox. Okay, so this was a powerful, when was the equinox? March 20th, 19th. This is, and now don't forget, there's that before that north node went to 29 Pisces, it was at 0 Aries, and all the planets had been stuck there. They were all, so we had Venus and Mercury over there. We have Neptune and Saturn. We had the nodes. We had, I feel like Ceres is there. She's another goddess. Yep, we got everybody. So Venus, everybody went from 0 to 29, back 29 to 0, and it's going to sound confusing. Venus and Mercury went over top, went direct, and then stopped and went back over top of the 029, the
Oh,
first
and
and
we were
last of
going
them.
back and forth here. This is such a crucial
Yes,
time, and so
yes,
many were it was like a information highway right here,
yes,
and it just kept going back and forth with different planets and different. Oh my goodness! And that's what
yes.
we just came out of. So now they're all spreading out a little bit, and
But,
good. Thank you. I appreciate that. That I feel a little bit better now. Let's go ahead and get into the readings, if you don't mind. We're going to switch gears here.
sure.
Thank you, everybody, for participating and
Woo.
letting me put that up and ask my questions and let Val update us
Can I
on.
say one more thing about
Sure.
that 29 to 0? That, okay, so 2 days ago on the 2nd, um, what Neptune, okay, Neptune is out, went past that 29, is at 0, now it's at 1 degrees. Saturn's going to come over top of that 29 Pisces and go into 0 Aries on the 25th of May. Then they're going to go to the fall, and those two are big planets. They're going to stop and retrograde and go back over the 0 into the 29, and then the 29 to the 0. So this whole year is what I'm trying to say, is about new beginnings. It's about shedding the old and going into the new. But like as the retrogrades are, this is how we work too. I mean, obviously, we don't even know sometimes what it is we need to release until we release something, and then another thing kind of comes up. Do you know that feeling I'm saying, Jean?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then you're like, oh, okay, this is connected. And then out of and then unexpectedly leads you to a whole another place that you didn't even know that was available to you. It is so cool when you see it like play out like that, and that's what we're doing this year and into next. And literally said no. Oh, you got okay. So I was looking at Andrea's. Yeah,
So
it's
I wanted to
powerful.
point out here that Carolina said, "Did you know that Sovereignty won the Kentucky Derby yesterday?"
That is so
It,
cool.
I'm telling you, you guys, this is not a coincidence. This is there is no way that first a horse could be named that in the Kentucky Derby, let alone win at this point in time in the world stage. I mean, is it just I mean, it will synchronicity win the triple crown? I don't know. Like what how can this happen? It's not just a coincidence. Our guides are like screaming at us saying,
Yeah,
"See what I did here? See what I did?" We
yeah.
have to say, I notice it. I appreciate it, you know?
Yeah,
Thank you, Carolina, for
I
letting
love
us
it.
know. Mhm.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, and I saw that like quickly glimpsed it yesterday, but I didn't even connect it. So thank you for putting that together for us, Carolina. Wow. I
Yeah.
just love spirit. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Yep. So I just want to say thank you to Donna, first of all, for becoming a new member and for your donation on top of that. Thank you very much.
Oh,
And also, Cat Mama Meow, she gave a donation. Thank you very much for your donation. That was very kind. And so we're going to go ahead and start with Cat Mama Meow. And I do see Nancy has a question. It's okay. I have your question.
okay.
And artist Liz, I'm going to see if Val can answer your question. And just so I wanted to also say that Risa said she got a free reading from Val. It was amazing, and we had a great conversation. The whole thing was phenomenal. Yep.
Oh,
And she gives you all of that, and it's
thanks.
recorded.
Thanks.
So everybody who wants to get contact Val for a chance for a free reading, email Val and put moon in the subject line, and she'll know that you're in the mix to pick. So if
Next.
you guys are still here, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, did I do something? Oh no,
Yep,
no.
yep. I thought you were
I
going
was
to say something.
oh probably. It's been crazy. So go ahead. No, I wasn't, but thank you.
So Cat Mama says that she's Virgo Sun, Leo Moon, and at Leo Moon and ascending. Okay, all
Ah,
right. And Nancy Ray, you'll be next.
Yeah, I remember Cat Mama. Okay, so Cat Mama's got a Virgo moon where she is detail oriented, right? She got the detail, but her heart's in it. Leo rules the heart. Leo rules courage, passion, the creativity. She has a Leo moon and a Leo on the ascendant. And so they're in the first house. Let's just put it to you like that. And that first house is everything about us, of course, but we're always evolving, right? We grow, we age, we learn more about ourselves. And right now that that Mars in Leo, I forget your degrees, but that Mars in Leo is amping up your first house to get you onto I'm hearing to get you onto your new path. Like, things are about to open up for you. And they probably already have been, but you may have felt stuck in the mud, so to speak, because that Mars was retrograde for so long. And if it was before Cancer is probably in your 12th house, since Leo is your first house. So that kind of probably felt really deep emotional releasing, so you kind of felt like, oh my gosh, I'm stuck in here, well, now you'll be able to flow. And with that Virgo sun and your heart, Leo, and that Cancer, and your feelings involved, because Leo was in both, I feel you've gotten onto a new trajectory is the word I'm hearing. You an in your authenticity, right? It's just really cool. And I know that you're brilliant, Cat Mama. So I know that you've been probably sitting there, and we've all been through this the last few months where we had to go inside and kind of just be with ourselves. And I felt like, oh my God, I'm not being productive, I'm not getting things done, I need to do more. That's something a Virgo will definitely, the Virgo part of us will all say, oh my God, I'm behind the 8 ball, right? So to speak, I feel like I'm just stuck in the mud. So now that's all about to open up for you, what I'm getting.
Yep. And Cat Mama, I feel like you've been getting things in order and organized and set up and planned. I feel like you were challenged in last year and the year before as far as organization and direction, but now I feel like you're sort of in the driver's seat and you're up high. They're showing me you like on those tractors that you have to drive real slow behind, and the man is up on that high seat on the tractor, and the tractor has big wheels, but the man can see forever. A man or a woman can, that I see a seat, and you're on a vehicle, you're on a trajectory, and you're high on the seat so that you have vision, where before you were sort of stuck behind that guy, and going slow and you couldn't see. But now I see that you have vision. So good for you, Cat Mama.
Yeah. And look what I got for transformation. Yeah. On your first house, 12th house, first house, that is a whole, I'm having the same thing on my 12th house, first house. So it is all new changes. A fresh new way of living emerges. So you really are went through a lot of that, and now you're free to fly, is what I just heard. So I love you. Thank you.
And I have next is I said it was I'm trying to scroll instead of go back to my other thing. Here, Nancy had a question. What does it mean that transiting Neptune and Saturn is conjunct my ascendant? And I didn't know if this is something you could answer here.
Yeah, I can. Okay, so we were just talking about, your ascendant, it must be either Pisces or Aries. And with that Neptune and that Saturn coming over top of your ascendant, that is a whole, I mean, you've had time to reimagine and dream in this new version of Nancy Ray. Where does she want to go? How does she want to be in this new era? Because we are in a new era. We're in new energy, recreating ourselves. We're in a new era. We're light workers, love workers, energy workers, and we're all feeling our way through, right? So this is powerful for you, because this is not only a spiritual, I don't want to say makeover. Why am I saying makeover? Spiritual, well, okay, a spiritual makeover because of that Neptune and all those other planets going over top of that. There's ones I was talking about going over, there's 4 of them, going over that 29 and 0 3 times each. This is powerful for you, but the Saturn hasn't come out of that Pisces yet. So this is, and these are a lot of the details that we fill in. The chart kind of guides us, but we fill in the details. So those details matter to you. What matters to you, and as Saturn is being restructured, as you got to think Saturn is our skeletal system, right? He gives us structure, right? And what we do throughout the day, A to Z, where we go get our gas, where we go grocery store. That's all kind of Saturn stuff, right? So that is elevating for you, because now we're adding spirit into all that. So if you go into a grocery store and you see them being rude to somebody, I don't think you'll go back in there. Or, I'm just using that as an example, because it is not spiritually resonating with your heart and soul. I hope that helps.
That's beautiful. I love that. Good for you, Nancy. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your question. That was interesting. And Donna is next. And after Donna is Judith Anderson. You'll be after Donna, okay? And just say hello and let us know that you're still here. Okay, Pisces, Sun in Venus.
Okay, now see, this is interesting because everybody's getting this Pisces, Aries trans, all of this play has been hanging out. We've had all these planets crossing over Pisces. So if you're a Pisces Sun, wow, you have been, I don't know what house it is, and I think you're saying in your Venus is in Pisces. If that's the case, or just even having your Sun there, wow. All that activity in Pisces, and it's still going on. We still have Saturn Ceres North Node in Pisces. This is you are elevating, you are transforming. I can't use that word enough. It just seems like that's the only word. And you get to pick those details and choose. And what is it that you want to create, right? Because that Pisces Sun up here gives you the ability to dream and imagine and get inspiration and feel that creativity and float in that energy until you hone in on something, and then you go, aha, that's it. I want to go that way, and I want to put my energy in there. And I think that's what's going on. And if it is your Venus with your Sun in Pisces, that's what you love and value. The Sun illuminates things, right? Brings light to it, brings focus into it. So we're always being illuminated with our suns, right? That Venus is what you love and value, and all that she just went through in Pisces and Aries, she elevated that. So
yep. And what I see for you, Donna, according to what Val is describing, is I think you would make an excellent card reader. And you're intuitive and you're organized and you like details. And what tarot cards are, logical and structural and creative all at the same time. They have both sides of the brain. And you have this Pisces, which is creative, and the Venus, which is, organized and detailed. and you would be really good at that. You have beautiful balance, and I see that either that Lenormand. How they have to have the grand tableau. Anything that has a lot of detail, you would be wonderful at it. You'll just open up, and you must love this already. But yep, yes, I can see. Yep. I do it on myself all the time. See, Donna, you would be really good. Keep doing that. Keep taking classes. And I think that's right up your alley. That's what I mean, it was like jumping out at me the whole time Val was talking.
Yeah, and you know what? When the first sentence you said, I think you'd be a good reader. This is the card that came up. It's embracing enthusiasm, and look at that. That looks like a Pisces looking and dreaming with the butterflies and just kind of floating in that energy. It says, shout out to the heavens with happiness, right? And it's about what will bring make your heart smile. What is going to bring your happiness? Because that's all Spirit wants for all of us. What makes you happy? What gives you that zest for life? And then on the bottom, I got, and I do think this is true too with that Pisces, mystic healer. You have some power there. Healing energy flows through you. And I saw, like, going through the thing that you said 12th house. Was your sun in the 12th house? Is all I wanted to know. Because if so, that's Pisces. That's the ruler of the 12th house. And wow, you really are a good reader, an energy healer. You have this, and we all have magic within us, right? We're all intuitive and psychic. It is just finding out where that is for us, each of us. Yeah, nice. That's
and good for you, Donna.
Yeah.
Good for you. Thank you very much, Donna, for everything. You're so sweet. Judith is next, and she said she's Pisces sun.
But you can't make this up. Doesn't this happen every time we do these? It's like
people all these Pisces start coming in, or all the same signs start coming in, or we go over the signs over and over.
And over. So Pisces, all this Pisces action since February, but there is a couple of planets already in there. The North Node is what I'm getting for all you Pisces. That North Node in Pisces is, and when the nodes enter new signs, right? And the nodes change signs January 11th. Okay, so it's been in Pisces since then. It's going to be in there for a year and a half, 18 months. By the end of this 18 months, wow, the Pisces part of us, all of us, but especially you Pisces sun signs with that North Node in there, it's just bringing in this whole new, what's the word I'm looking for, Jean? This whole new way of living. I mean, it's big. When the North Node is in our sun sign, next to where our sun sign is, that shows me that a lot of what, and it's usually because you're decided, I don't like working here anymore. I'm going to go I want to work over here. I like this idea better. Whatever it is, you're the one making the decisions, and that's just with the energy there. It is giving you strength to go and do that thing, whatever that thing is. I would utilize this energy. All of you Pisces, all of us who have Pisces, we all have Pisces in our chart somewhere, and it's powerful right now. I'm just gonna.
So Judith, what I was getting for you is, I feel as though you felt powerless in the past, and you felt like you were unable to make things happen in your life, and you felt like things weren't going in your direction or in your favor. And I feel as though this has changed. You found sort of this fire inside of you, and your true authenticity, and the strength of your spirit, and the strength of your, divine self. And you're utilizing this to empower yourself, not because you don't have might, or you don't have whatever it is that you thought material thing you need. You have the strength of your spirit. You have this, empowering you. And so with this, you can overcome and transcend any obstacles. And I feel this new strength and determination in your gut. So that's what I feel for you, Miss Judith.
And see, when you started saying that, I picked the card. It said Desert Passage. And trust that there's a divine plan, because you have felt, and this is, I'm not just trying to say, oh, we've all been through it, but we have all been through the last few months. It has been really tough to figure out, when you're in that dreamy Pisces energy. Now that's normal for you because that's your sun sign, but even if you feel lost, you're floating, you're just being, you don't know what to do, but all that's about to come into, it's all going to make sense. And you, the important part is that you know that you direct it to where you want it to go. Don't settle for something you don't want. It's important.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Judith. I appreciate you being here. Venus is next. And after Venus, I see Lisa Foster. If you're still here, say hello. And Venus says, could you please tell me more about what my placements mean? I'm Pisces sun, of course, Capricorn moon, Aquarius rising. Woo, woo. That's a beautiful blend there, Venus.
Wow. It's powerful. Okay, so here another Pisces sun with all this Pisces action. This is, Pisces is the creator of all that is. That is what Pisces stands for. He's the 12th house. He brings all those other planets together and reminds us that underneath it all, you are a spark of the divine. Everything has the spark of the divine in it. Now, Aquarius rising, I'm an Aquarius rising. We're being transformed. I mean, that's our first house. So we have Pluto sitting there now he just went retrograde today, right? So this is important why that we stay in our integrity and our truth and our honesty and true to who we are, because that's what your heart, and our heart doesn't talk loud. Like the ego just goes on and on, right? That you're doing it wrong. You need more money. You need more of this. The heart doesn't talk like that to you. The heart says, choose your path, and as soon as you do, and you do it, and it's heart-centered, all those doors just open for you. There's no limits. We put the limits on. We say there's not enough money, I'm not in the right place, there's the wrong time. We gotta not talk to ourselves like that. And I think that you may not do that with that Aquarius rising. You're pretty innovative and think outside the box. And I would beg you to follow those outside the box ideas you have. Oh, your doggy is so cute. I just saw him. I'm sorry. The doggy is too cute.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I would follow that. I would follow what it is that you love. Whether people are telling you it's wrong, this is what I'm getting. Like you feel like, maybe, and it might be just the societal conditioning. This isn't the normal thing to do. That's not going to work for you. You got to go break outside that box. It's a beautiful year for you.
Wonderful. So, Miss Venus, I was so jazzed about just the combination, and what Val was describing was so beautifully describing yourself. And I do feel as though, we're more powerful than we know. And it's not like power, it's we're more empowered than we know. We have more resources that are coming online and accessible for us. And a lot of this is our own voice and our own intention. And when we say things detrimental to ourselves, we're actually creating that in our reality. So it's really important to be careful what you say out loud, and especially careful to what you say about yourself. But you have a powerhouse of information. You're psychic, you're compassionate, and you're organized, and you're you're empathic. I mean, just all of it. You're really well balanced,
Mhm.
and I feel as though I know that you can and that you will, and you're sort of like, as soon as I get up on my feet, I can do it, but say I can do it, whether I get on my feet or not, I'm still me. Try not to put parameters or circumstances or conditions on who
Right.
we are, and be who we are. Be that amazing, strong, compassionate, psychic, and all of this. You are, and it's okay. It's okay to be, you know, sort of. I see you starting to get that engine moving, and
Mhm.
it's okay, but try not to put those parameters on it. So that's what I hear. She's
Yeah,
like, oh, okay, okay,
and
yeah.
that makes sense. I got vast vistas, expand your horizons. This is you. This is all about you, Venus. You choose, you make the choices in every detail of your life, and that is those doors will just start opening for you. It's all
It
about
was
that right
sweet. Coffee
now.
Dog said, "You sound like a darling." Blessings. She is a darling. She is really sweet.
Yeah, all
She's
of
very
us.
authentic and
I
sweet.
love all
Yep.
of these
Mhm.
people.
So Lisa is next, and she put in
Mhm.
some extra information. And she said, "Sun is SUN." We
Mhm.
get it. She was talking it to
Mhm.
her. But Gemini, the Sun is Gemini, Taurus Moon, and Taurus Rising. Thanks for doing that, because when you say Moon and Rising, I get confused. But you wrote it twice. So Gemini, Taurus, Taurus,
And we're in Taurus season,
Gemini,
right?
and oh my gosh, Lisa!
Yeah. So
And,
you are really having that.
but all of these Geminis found
I know it's just it's I think it's
it.
so cool how it always works out, Gene. It's just so neat.
And
And
Taurus,
so
Taurus, this is your month.
yeah, this is your
Sorry.
month, and then at the end of the month, the sun goes into Gemini. So we will be near your birthday or coming up on your birthday. So happy birthday and happy birthday to everybody. I know everybody has a birthday sometime soon this year. And but that Taurus moon right now, Taurus rising after all we just been through. I just I don't it keeps coming up. Cat Mama's gonna do like an animal rescue or something, and that just goes together with everything. It's time for you to open that up. I kind of feel the same thing with you, Lisa Foster. Like all these dreams, right? What we dreamt through this last year, and especially in this last Pisces season, which still there's a lot of stuff in Pisces. That ability to dream and imagine and see that, you know what, I'm going to try. I'm going to go for my dream. I'm going to go for it. And I know that you rescue animals. I feel there's something going on with you, and that they brought in Cat Mama. I saw that like 10, 15 minutes ago. You know what I mean? So I don't know. There's something about that really cool opening up for you. And because of that Taurus moon and a Taurus rising and Gemini brings you the brilliance and the way to do things, right? That can this is what we're doing now in Taurus season. We're making it, Taurus makes it manifest in the physical. All those dreams, all those imaginations, all the inspiration, all those ideas. There's something in you, and I know you do it. I know you're out there rescuing animals now. You actually you do what you say you're doing. And that's that Taurus in you. You're gonna nurture these homeless animals, and you're going to find a way. I know I can't afford any more either right now. Well, we can't say, okay, I just heard, don't say it like that. Okay, this is what they're saying. Call in. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the abundance so I can care for more animals who don't have a home. If you speak it in a different way, they'll those doors will open. I don't know why I'm getting. I feed cats in the parking lot, right? I know you do. And I mean, what a blessing you are to all these animals, especially through the winter. I watched you on Facebook. Mm.
So, Lisa, I feel like you're quite very much an earth kind of girl, and you live and breathe by the harmony of Mother Gaia. And part of this closeness is with the animals and all of the sentient beings on this planet. And you're almost like an ambassador for Mother Gaia, and
Mhm.
you work on her behalf and in service. And you think you're a human here, but you're actually an ambassador. You have a spirit that is working for the planet Earth and for the sentient beings here on Earth. I feel as though you are also um, working on developing your confidence and your your respect for who you truly are. And you don't want to you want to honor the divine aspect of yourself. And by honoring yourself, you're honoring the divine aspect of yourself. And the divine aspect, the spirit inside of us, what is inhabiting this beautiful human container, you know. And it's important for us to honor the soul that wants to do the work here on this planet by honoring and taking care of its container and doing what's in our highest good. It's not selfish. It's honoring the spirit so it can do what you love to do, which is taking care of animals. But you're also a steward to the earth. There's
Yes.
something about earth itself. I don't know if you garden or if you take walks in wooded areas, or there's something about the earth that you are just, I don't know if you like bodies of water. There's a body of water that they're showing me. Do you like go hiking on a mountain and you can see a body of water, or you like rivers or babbling brooks, or there's something about nature just it brings you back home. And they
Mhm.
want you to try and spend more time in nature and more time to nourish the soul that is Lisa. And you're one with that soul, but honor the soul by taking care of Lisa.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Jean. And she is a steward of the earth. She does have an ambassador type feel to her. She has woods by her house. Cat Mama's asking her if she lives close by to her to work with her. Aw, that's amazing. I think you're in Kentucky, Lisa. It's just
Hmm.
amazing,
Hmm.
how we all connect. I mean, we've all found each other since COVID started. We all connected. We grew our community, Louisville, Kentucky, and
Of
well,
course you are. Lisa says I pick up worms off the sidewalk. Of course you do.
yeah, she really does. Her Facebook is amazing. And you got the card navigating by the stars, but it says follow your bliss, and that's what you do. You just naturally do that. You do what you, I mean, this is your heart. These animals are your heart. This is beautiful. And I do think something's going to open up for you more this year, especially to be that steward of the,
Absolutely. Thank
yeah.
thank you, Lisa. So Val, it's after the hour, so it's 1:08. Do you have time for one more?
Sure. Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
all of you are beautiful. Ours is beautiful. Ooh,
So
Gemini sign. Go ahead. I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna I'm gonna go out and come back in. I think there's a little bit of a delay. Is there a delay?
There's a slight one. Yeah, it just started a little bit ago. I'll be here. You want on top? It has to have a board of directors. Oh, that's interesting, Cat Mama. Huh. I love it. I love how y'all are helping each other. This is it, right? If we think about it, we've gone through all this since 2012 as light workers, love workers, energy workers to elevate humanity, to do these things, to bring in that heart centered, soul centered passion into all of everything on life, on earth that sustains life. That makes sense. Okay, let's see. Are you back?
Yep.
Yay. Yeah, I didn't see you
Do I
back.
sound, does my mouth move when I'm talking?
Yes, it's moving perfectly. Yes, perfect.
So, oh, go ahead.
Okay.
You can go ahead, but this is, I mean, isn't it similar to the last one? Didn't somebody else
Yeah.
have Gemini and Virgo and Leo? It's just so beautiful how all of
Uh-huh.
this comes together. And there are so many other signs here. You guys are just all piled up on the same signs.
Uh, Is this a good time for you career-wise, Margaret? Let's see. Okay, with the sun coming up to Gemini? Yes. Um, but again, we're in Taurus season right now, and all those things that you've done for the last 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, where you put your focus. If it is this a good time for me career-wise? Are you changing your career? It's a good time. Okay, let me just say it like this. Whatever it is that brings joy to you, your heart, and is in integrity and for your highest good, it's always a good time. If you feel restricted, I it or like we just kind of know the no inside of us, and we try to just dismiss that and keep going, even though our body is like cringing. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like you're being asked to give yourself permission to live in joy. Does that make sense? I don't know. Leo moon, you're pretty, you're going to do things based on what it feels like. So if you're not, that's going to really upset your Leo moon, that heart in you. The Virgo rising, again, the details matter. And the Gemini sun, Geminis are brilliant and they have the access. It just depends where we have everything in what house. You have access uh, to bring the information in you need. I don't, okay, I say it like that. I say it like that because most of us are a little older and we've had to go along with society on what society said was good for us or normal or whatever. And as we're breaking through that barrier right now, because we're elevating as light workers and love workers and energy workers, and we want to be of service to each other. It's like it's just pouring out of us now, and we're trying to figure out where that is because society said, "Oh, that's for suckers," or "That's not the way that's not how we do it." But we're coming in to society and saying, "Yes, it is," and society's elevating too. So I feel it's just something about you giving yourself permission to follow your heart, not your ego. I hope that makes sense after all.
I think that's well said there, Val. So, Margaret, what I was picking up for you is when I see that you're Virgo rising and Leo moon, I feel as though you have the attention to detail and the foresight. You're a visionary also.
Mm-hmm.
Leo moon is you have the ambition and the confidence and the power to display and express yourself and present yourself in this organized type of way, and you have all of the details, all of the education, and yet this Gemini part of you is saying, I don't know, can I? Maybe I can. I don't know, can I? Maybe I can.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a little wishy-washy, and you say, I know I have it. I know I have the education. I know I have the experience. I know that I have the attention to detail, the vision, and I have the confidence. What's wrong with me? It's There's nothing wrong with you. It's just you have this other aspect to yourself that you have many different interests, and you're just not sure which way to go forward. And
Mm-hmm.
it's okay if you don't want to do what your strengths are and you want to do what makes you happy. It's okay. And I'm not saying that, like, let's say you love dogs. Let's say you want to be a dog walker and you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to use all of your degree that you paid $900,000 for, it's okay. It's okay because it's you, and you can always go back and change your mind. There is no decision that you have to make right now that is not able to be decided again, or go back. And it's not go back, it's like moving forward, going this way. If it wasn't meant for you, then you'll be directed back to where you were. And it's okay not to have, she goes, yep. And it's okay not to have clear vision or confidence in what you do well. Just try and move forward and feel it out, and give yourself the permission to change your mind, right? Women's
Yeah.
prerogative to change our minds. It's okay. And this is the Gemini sun. I always change my mind. I want to be committed.
Mhm. Yeah.
You're just not committed. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Gemini sun, it's hard because there's at least two of you in there. And it's kind of, we could look at it like the physical twin and the spiritual twin. You can really look at it like that. And who's winning, because we got to, this is how we make money, this is how we were taught. And this, I don't know, that keeps coming in my head right now. But after all we've just been through the last few months, where we're all kind of weighing out this, and how do we go about that? How do I be I want to be in service, I want to be a light worker. I don't know how to go about that. To break it down to what it is. What do you love to, what are you spending most of your time on doing now? That's where you want to get into. And I got this, because you got that Leo moon, you got voyage of the heart. Look at that. You can't make that up. Leo rules the heart. Love flows through you and to you. Only thing is that, yeah, we make those choices, and this is new territory, and it's scary. And you go, how, what if it all blows up? Who am I? What's going on with the world? Doesn't matter. Let all that stuff just stay back there while you go in and you do what it is you love, and you just focus on that. And you can't go wrong. It won't go wrong. But it is scary because we're all new at this. This isn't how things were set up most of our lives.
Yeah, a lot of that's going to be changing there. They make it so difficult to jump through those hurdles, but
Mm-hmm.
those college admission hurdles. But I'm not sure why you're hoping. Why don't you just start a nonprofit? What does hoping mean? What needs to be there for you to just do it? And
Mm-hmm.
why don't you start, or apply for the grants? And if you can't get the grants in order to get the nonprofit, or establish a nonprofit in your state, just start helping kids with college admissions, start investigating, start
Right.
building a business, and have maybe sponsors, maybe get sponsors for kids. I mean, it's really endless, but you can find people to help pay you in different ways, whether it's a nonprofit or not. But just start helping kids with college admissions. Start advertising that you're a tutor for college admissions. Charge for your time. Why,
Mm-hmm.
don't let one aspect or another aspect of it stop you. Start helping kids with college admissions. That's what you want to do. That's your forte. This is where you're really good at. There's a huge need for it. Start doing it and say, I'm working on it. Pay as I go. And get people to sponsor you. People who, all different kinds of companies want to get in front of the eyes of, college students. And there's all different types of college students that need assistance.
Mm-hmm.
But good for you. But start developing it and start doing it. And if it turns into a nonprofit, so be it. If it turns into a sponsored and I don't know what you would call that, I don't know, whatever it is that sponsors or supporters or investors, um, and other benefactors that would want to share, doesn't have to be one way. Open up your mind. Think of all different possibilities, but start doing it. Say, I'm helping kids with college admissions now. Do you know anybody? And start putting, this is what you do. This is what you do. This is what you always wanted to do. This is what Margaret, you're helping kids with college admissions now. This is what you're doing. You're doing this
Mm-hmm.
now. This is what this say. I am Margaret, and I help kids with college admissions, and
Yes,
just start doing it.
I love that, Jean. And that is so true. And that, and Margaret, the Gemini part of you is like everything that could go wrong or would go wrong. Your mind just doesn't stop. And I understand that's hard. You know, we all have the Gemini part of us that this it happen to us. But when it's in your sun, it's not easy. And think outside the box, because right, all those old constructs on how we used to run the world are not, obviously didn't work, or a lot of them didn't, and we're making new ways to go forward. So we're all each created. And I didn't know this, Lisa Foster, you already have a pet sitting. I didn't know that. See, she's innovated. Everybody's got their thing, right? What makes that heart smile. And if this is what makes your heart smile, is helping kids with college admissions, and just, my goodness, just to navigate that, you have to be brilliant. How many amazing that you get so many aspects of our personalities. Thank you.
And she said, meeting with a fundraising guy on Tuesday.
Cool.
And this is what you do. This is what I do. And as she said, amazing, you get so many aspects of our personality. Well, you know, we are all signs, but when you tell us your sun and your rising and your moon, it sort of gives us a little snapshot. And Val has been integral. I mean, I have learned so much from Val. And just when she shares what it is that she sees in your combination, it really does spark a connection with me, with you, in a different way, so that my reading for you would have been different if it wasn't for Val giving me that sort of direction to go into. So I love working together with you, Val. I have the insight, and the outcome is just phenomenal. I love it. I love it. And I love working together. And thank you all for being here. And yeah, of course, Val from Illumination Portal. And please do, if you're interested in a free, getting a chance to win a free reading, please do email Val and go over and subscribe to Val at Illumination Portal. And just as a reminder, you guys, I do offer memberships now, and Donna just became a new member today. Thank you very much. And if you guys, I'm going to do a little recording and tell you a little bit more about what my hopes and dreams and what I expect to be offering with my memberships. And so if anybody is interested, please watch out for that. And when you see below this video, it says join. Join just lets you see all the details. You can read all about it. It doesn't mean join. You have to go through a bunch of other steps to join.
Good to know.
So you can hit join and then look at all the different options and what you get for the different options. But thank you very much, Donna. And wow, that was amazing. And you know, Margaret, I saw your name, and I'm like, oh, I hope we have time to get to Margaret.
Oh, that's so cool. Can I just say to Steve at MS, Steve, congratulations. His mom's going to be 99, and he keeps her tap dancing and keeping her healthy and young. And I see him in other chats, and he's just a wonderful son to his mom. And what a blessing you are, MS Steve. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. And I wanted to say this, because I pulled this before we started, and it says coming of fall, right? So, and it's number 7. Let the spark of hope within you ignite and never cease, for it is never too late to manifest your dreams. I think that's beautiful for all of us.
It is. That is beautiful. Never too late, you guys. Well, come on back and see us. And I'll be back on tomorrow. I have, sorry.
Okay.
I have, oh my gosh, I'm waiting for my thing to come up. I have the Wisdom Circle tomorrow with the ladies over at Crone Zone. And then I have Nancy from Crone's Intuition at 1:00. And then Joan and Gerald and I will be answering your questions on Tuesday, the 6th at 2 p.m. Eastern. So please do check back and keep a watch, keep an eye out for our next shows. And thank you very much, Val. It was very exciting today, and I learned a lot. I hope everybody did learn. And I did, in case anybody's watching later, at the top of the chat, I put that link to the chart I was using in case anybody's interested in just taking a look. All right.
Thank you for having me, Jean, and thank you to everybody that's here. Y'all are such beautiful souls, and it really does help us, brings up the energy, and we get to connect more to you, with spirit, through spirit. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.
Love you.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.